Cam, can you hear me?
What's up?
Yo,
Can y'all hear me?
I
Yo, bro,
got you.
you in Hawaii, bro?
Oh yeah, no. My guest room is a mess, so I decided to put this as a background.
I love it. I love it.
Oh yeah.
How's everybody
What's-
doing?
Doing good. I actually just woke up like 20 minutes ago, so
Woke up at like 7:38. Was just chilling, but I guess I fell back asleep myself.
yeah.
I
I was up that early and then I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna sleep in, so
I woke up at 6, man. I slept in my car last night.
why'd you sleep in your car?
My roommates, man, they were up. It was Saturday.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had to do the trunk vibe. That's college life, man.
What?
Getting it done
Man.
though.
That's wild. Well, hopefully you got some good rest, my friend.
Yeah, hopefully.
Man, I mean, I would highly recommend you guys try it. My trunks are comfortable.
I can't say I've never slept in a trunk, but I have slept in my car before.
Yeah,
What
the
kind of-
trunk
what
is
kind
a
of car
little. The trunk is a little.
When I
is a
slept in
little-
I had a truck.
Oh, you got okay, yeah. Trunk. Well, yeah, that would be really uncomfortable. Is it
Yeah.
flatbed?
Yeah, it was a 1500 Chevy Silverado.
Oh yeah.
So I just slept in my front seat. It was pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I can't. I got to be like, you know how it inclines a little bit the front seat. It doesn't
Yeah,
like go all the way down. I can't. I can't sleep like that. I got to be like, I got to be
all the way
flat.
flat.
Yeah.
What we eating on chicken and rice?
No, this is 200 grams of protein pancakes, and then I got
Oh shit!
50 grams of oats and 25 grams of honey here.
This man can eat more than both of us and still not gain weight. This man puts down like 6,000 calories. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Did you see my full day of eating video?
Yes, dude, that
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And I didn't even. I had a meal after that too. That wasn't even. I just forgot to record it.
I wish I could put down that much food.
It's crazy.
So
man.
So it was a full day of eating plus another meal that you
Yeah.
missed out.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it was a pretty heavy meal too.
Yeah, right now I'm at like 4,000 calories on a good day.
Okay.
I'm working so damn much right now. It's kind of hard. I'm having to get used to being a server again.
Oh,
I
you're
decided to go
serving?
back. Yeah, I decided to go back to serving.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to figure out how I can fit 5 to 6 meals in with serving. And I'm like, at first it was like I was getting like 3 meals in a day because I couldn't. I was like, how am I going to like put it in my schedule? Like I get busy. Like there's no way I can eat a meal while I'm serving people. Like I'm going to be chewing while I'm going out there to talk to
Yeah.
the table and stuff like that. But I finally figured it out. Like I just get up a little bit earlier, eat breakfast, eat like a snack or something like that. And then I pretty much blend up oats, banana, honey, and protein and take like shakes to work. And I drink those.
Just all
Oh,
shakes.
nice.
Yeah. And it actually, I take 2 or 3 shakes and it depends on how long I work. Like if I work a double, I work, just like 11:30 to 3. It all depends on like how many I take and stuff like that. I try not to do more than like 2 of those a day and get more real food in, but it just depends on the day. Because sometimes I work a double and I'll work 11:30 to fucking 10. And I'm like,
That's like a Hunter Labrada diet, bro.
yep, basically protein, bro. It's like 150 grams of protein worth of protein powder.
Dude, Hunter puts in like 4 shakes a day.
Yep, it's nuts. And I could say it hasn't upset my stomach yet. My digestion's been really good with it. So like it hasn't hurt me, but still trying to put on weight has been hard because I got sick there for a little bit. I was sick for about 5 days. So, and then when I started work, I was 210, 212 when I started work, and then I got sick too. So I went down to like 200.
Yeah.
So I'm just now getting back to like 205. So it's taking like two or 3 weeks just to get back to 205.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile,
That's
I'm
been a
over here
bitch.
eating a fucking. I'm trying to eat my way to 200.
dude, once you get past 200, it's like one of those things like you're good. Getting to 200 is a bitch.
It's
Yeah.
awful, man.
Yeah. It took me 2 years just to get to 200 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know you're peaking in your off season when you're like walking around your house and you're like taking deep breaths,
Yep.
like
Go up the
tired as
stairs.
fuck.
Yep. You know, you've hit that point.
Everything's like, exhausting, bro.
Yeah. Everything gets like my last off season, I got up to 205 I got up to 210 at my heaviest, but
Yeah.
it didn't hold. So I don't want to say 210 was my heaviest.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of like forced.
It was
like a
kind of like,
forced-
yeah, I had a big meal that night and it was like, I woke up the next morning, I'm like, oh, I hit 210. Woo. It was only
Yeah.
for like 2 days. So 205, like what I'm at now was my heaviest last year, pretty much.
Yeah.
205, 206, and I'm already at that. And I've still got 8 months left in this
Yeah.
offseason. So
Yeah.
that'll be nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Are
for
we-
two.
Are we all doing Daytona?
I want to do Daytona. It just depends on if I'll be ready for Daytona.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Because I do want to do nationals this year. So
Yeah.
I might do a show a little bit closer to nationals because nationals would be December
You should do
12th.
Clash then.
I'm thinking about doing Clash.
Dude, because if you get overall in Clash, they pay for your nationals.
Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
yeah.
if you get overall too, you get a fat ass ring too.
I would love another ring. I have one. I got one at the Ultimate.
Is that
Oh, hell yeah.
the Lakeland show? Is that the show in Lakeland?
Yeah, that was the show in Lakeland. Yeah, I got a nice ring at the Lakeland show and a watch.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, the rings are pretty cool. I want a sword. The sword.
I think
Yeah,
I think everybody wants a sword, bro.
Yeah, I was talking to Jason, and I was like, I want a sword. He goes, I have like 15 of those. I'm like, well, I'm not you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. I want one, not you. So
That's fine. Yeah, dude, the guy who got overall at Clash when he took his picture by himself when they gave him the ring, he like did like some shit like this. You just saw the ring like blinging.
they're blinging.
I'm like,
Nice.
bro, that is so sick.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Here, I'll be right back. I'll go get the ring. I'll show you all.
Oh, the ice.
I'm gonna take you up on that challenge that you said that you eat more than both of us.
Oh yeah. I'll try to eat more. You said you were at what? How many carbs and what's your macros?
I'm not sure macro wise at the moment. I'm just kind of like intuitively right now. I'm intuitively eating like,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure exactly what my carbs are at.
I
I've
think
been intuitively eating for the last like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
he
Yeah.
said he would take me up on that offer cam that I could eat both. I'll eat
Damn,
both you guys.
that is dope, bro.
Oh, that's sick.
I'd probably wear that quite often.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is
On the
that the-
side is on the
that's the
top it
overall?
says overall champion. I got second overall though, and I still got a ring, but I won my class.
Oh.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy who actually beat me in the overall was supposed to do nationals this year. He was supposed to do nationals 2 years ago, ended up getting hurt before doing nationals, and then he was going to do nationals this year. He was ready and then got hurt again.
Damn.
Yeah, from lifting. I started following him on Instagram, and I was like, I don't feel so bad that a guy that was been ready for nationals for 2 years beat me.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
And in my opinion, and a couple other people's opinion, he shouldn't have beat me. The only reason he beat me was because he had bigger legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won
That's
every shot besides the first shot.
That's one thing about bodybuilding that kind of like pisses a lot of people off. It's like we're not in a who's got the best legs competition.
No.
You know, we're not in a who's got the best arms competition. Like,
No, it's
it's
overall physique.
who's most pleased, you know, aesthetically overall, and you know, it's really so subjective. I'll watch these shows and be like, okay, I think I got who I think is gonna win, and then they come like fourth or fifth. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know,
So,
like,
I'm trying to wonder where Classic is going because you see Bumstead and Bumstead wins. I'm actually going to take this off the filter thing. This thing's annoying the shit out of me. See if I can figure out how to do this again.
what, you don't want to be in paradise, bro?
There
Oh,
we
look
go.
at that.
This is my guest bedroom. It's a
Boring.
fucking mess.
Yo,
There we
Cam,
go. I'll let you see.
did you see mine and Josh's new profile pics, bro?
Mhm.
Oh, dude,
dude.
go look.
Gas.
Let me I'll put it up
On
the-
Instagram?
I'll screen share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, screen share that. I want to see. No, I have not seen it.
We
Dude,
need to
we,
get you one, bro.
Yeah, man. We went into total on what was that? Was that Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday night.
We had a buddy of mine from school, a photographer, come in, and we just got
Ooh.
we got flicked up, man. It was crazy.
I got
Yeah,
some
it was-
good pictures from Phil. I don't know if you guys know Phil, but I got some good pictures from him and in the Total Nutrition.
Oh, yeah. I know. I think I know him. So here's mine.
That looks dope.
Crazy. And
This
then,
man's
Yeah.
this man's bulking and he's got fucking abs and straight and
Bro,
shoulders and shit.
that's what I was saying.
Anthony was like, man, you look like you're 8 weeks out.
Yeah,
I'm 8 weeks out from the middle of my off season.
those are dope
Okay.
pictures. I like those.
Yeah, I don't know why I just downsized.
Yeah,
No,
that's
they were tough.
they look good.
Dude,
Yeah,
on
dude.
a-
And that day too, I ate like Bucky's tacos, breakfast tacos, fucking two sandwiches at Chick-fil-A, Domino's with my boy, and then 30 minutes later, I'm at Total.
Taking photos. Hell yeah, that's how you do it, bro.
And fucking Josh is like still fucking shredded.
I know.
I'm
Have
like,
you guys
okay.
seen have you guys seen the I was on the I don't know if you guys watched the Hostile podcast, but
Mhm.
Of
I
course.
saw this a couple of weeks ago. Have you guys seen the thing that they're doing at the Arnold this year with the medieval?
No.
Dude, I don't know if my sound's gonna come through, but you gotta watch this. Can you hear the sound?
Uh-uh.
No.
Just picture like epic music.
Okay. Insert epic music here.
Are they really doing like medieval like lancing and shit like that?
It's like a 10v10 like tournament.
Dude, I would do this.
Yeah. It
Squad up.
Looks like they're getting the shit beat out of them.
8 hours of combat. Jesus.
Oh my god. Yeah. Hey, at least the Arnold will be interesting this year.
Arnold is probably in his house smoking a doob. He's like, you know what we need to do this year?
Dude, I would
Yes,
go for the Arnold just for that,
absolutely.
man.
We need medieval fighting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, you know what pisses me off about the Arnold though? He never once talked to Nick.
A Walker?
Yeah.
No, they talked about it on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, he never came up to him. He was gonna come up, never came up and talk to Nick at all. or anything like that.
Interesting. Is
And
that
he won. And I was
I
like,
feel like Arnold's not even a fucking fan of bodybuilding.
he's not a fan of the bodybuilders anymore because they don't have
yeah?
calves or it's not aesthetically pleasing.
I don't think he likes the way it like went.
I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
guess what? That's why we make classic.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, if you want aesthetically pleasing, go look at classic.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm also confused
Yeah,
at where
Classic.
classic is going because you have Chris Bumstead winning
Yeah.
year after year, 3 times in a row. And then you have
Yeah.
these local shows where you have guys with legs and no upper body winning shows.
Yeah, I know nobody wants to hear this, but Terrence Ruffin's the greatest classic physique that they have.
I can't deny that. The only reason I think Chris has a great shape. Chris is one of the, in my opinion, like just a genetic freak. He's put in the work. He has a great frame and everything. Terrence is just he's got the total package.
Yeah,
The very small
very good.
waist, like and he has the posing. It all comes together. Like,
yeah,
He's a
dude,
great poser.
when I watched his posing at the Olympia this year, I got chills down my fucking spine. Oh god, yeah, I was there, dude. It was like that moment, like you watched him come out on stage. He starts hitting poses to the music, dude. Like I got chills. It was that good.
Are you gonna go to the Olympia in Las Vegas?
It's possible. We'll see.
I would go, man, but I'm not even 20, so it
wouldn't be that fun for you.
Yeah.
it wouldn't be no point.
I think Orlando was probably this recent one the greatest Olympia ever.
It was awesome.
I was also there too, and like you walk into the freaking venue, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck is
in
this?
In terms of like the atmosphere, or like in terms of
atmosphere. The stage literally went from like wall to wall in this venue at the the Orange County.
It was Orange County Convention Center.
Yeah, and the stage, like they looked like this big compared to the stage.
Yeah, the stage was massive.
It was massive.
Yeah, it was. They did a very good job of putting on a production show.
Yeah.
My only thing is, one thing I have noticed is like all the lights and stuff like that on the background. It is taking away from the physiques. I don't know if you ever noticed that or not.
Yeah.
All the big lights.
I haven't even seen
it's
the
so weird
stage.
how-
I've seen the background, but
I think it's weird how bodybuilding's been around for 50 plus years, whatever, and they still can't like nail down lighting.
Nope.
Yeah.
But like on certain shows, like people just get like too much shadows or flatted out, and it's just,
dude, that's what happened to me at Daytona. I was on the far right hand side.
Yeah.
And if you look at the pictures from the guy that's standing in the middle compared to the guy, I was washed the fuck out. My tan was a little lighter than what it should have been, but I was washed out and I had shadows.
Yeah.
Compared to the guy in the middle, I'm like, wow, it's great.
So Bobby's my boy. I like Bobby.
He looked good.
He got overall for classic and overall for
bodybuilding.
But this is the controversial thing. Is just like, if somebody can get first in overall for classic and bodybuilding, what's the point of the divisions?
Exactly.
If bodybuilding can win classic and classic can win bodybuilding, I think Bobby was more so bodybuilding.
Yeah,
yes.
And I think somebody else should have took a class.
I completely agree with that. I think I like Bobby's physique. He had a great physique. He showed up on stage. He was pretty much perfect
for sure.
Like he looked really, really good. I met him backstage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. Like I've talked to him a couple of times on Instagram and stuff like that since, and I like him, but he's definitely a bodybuilder. He has that bodybuilding frame. He's thick as shit.
Who took B?
Yeah.
Was Bobby in B?
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby was in our yeah.
Okay.
I ended up getting 6th in my class. I didn't make the top, which was controversial to me, but that's just my opinion.
Because the
So,
lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I did come in a little flat, but in my opinion, I had some of the best conditioning, especially in my class.
Right.
I
yeah.
was
No, you do have
fucking,
really good conditioning.
I was fucking peeled for Daytona more
Yeah,
than
no,
what I
I-
was for the Ultimate. But
Yeah.
also, I do agree with a little bit of it. I did come in flat for the morning show, so that could have definitely hindered my placing for the morning show.
Yeah.
But there was like one or two guys in B class. I don't know if you remember that. I don't think deserved to be in the top 5. There was like one or two guys that I was really like, how in the hell did they get top 5?
Yeah. I showed Josh a picture of me and novice. There was only 3 of us,
Yeah,
and I got third. And you can clearly
see the difference.
Overall better than both of them. Like
I remember those pictures.
First.
Yeah, and I remember watching you go on stage. I'm like, oh, you got this. Like, you're gonna take this like easy.
Show everyone.
So
no, no.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things that's so subjective. But I don't know. I don't know if the judges were just bored. They didn't pay attention. But if you look at Class B, so we had 16 people in Class B. They put the first 8 out, and then the second 8. If you look at who got top 5, they were all but one from that first people that walked out. All but one.
Yeah.
Didn't even pay attention to the second fucking group that walked out.
Yeah.
Well, what are you
I feel
talking
like
about?
Yeah.
So at the
You're
Daytona,
in a stacked class, man.
yeah. So at the Daytona, we had yeah, you look good.
Oh,
your legs came in. Yeah, you look good, dude.
I didn't know those were still up like that.
Oh yeah, they'll have them up.
They're on the website.
They're on the website.
That's
they'll have
awesome.
them up forever.
Shit.
Yeah, they will. They won't go away.
Look at that, the shoulder, the vascularity right there. It's crazy.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, they had some good pictures. You were shredded.
I had fun, man.
So,
that was most important for me.
Scam.
You know, you're very
back double.
Cam, you're very Bumstead like.
Yeah.
I've been told that. I'm hoping to get bigger so I can hopefully bring that out and be like hey,
even facial, like your face too, not even just physique and movements. Like I noticed in your posing too is very Bumstead like.
I've really mimicked. I brought my own flair to my posing routine, but my poses, I've really mimicked how he poses in actual like poses.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're grooming.
If you look at my front lat spread, it's very Bumstead like.
And the smirk too. I like the
smirk.
Yeah. Cam, what would you say your weakest point is that you need to work on for this offseason?
My chest and my quads.
Okay, yeah.
I need some more back density, but I do like my back. So if you go back to the back double, that's on the turn. That was in my posing routine. I do need some density through the upper part of my back and lower. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to work on is the density. I feel like my lats are decent. They're okay. You can't ever have a big enough back.
Yeah, you're good.
But I'm really focusing on density through the upper part of my back and my traps and my rhomboids.
Yeah.
And then quad density and chest. Chest is one of my weakest points in my opinion. It's something that I'm really working on this off season to build. And it's been one of the hardest things for me to build.
Right. Yeah.
So if you go to my side chest right here, you can really tell that my chest is just not thick enough.
Right.
So that's one of my weakest points. Like my shoulders are decent. They could be better. But it's just my chest is just, it doesn't stand out.
Yeah.
And it needs to be, in my opinion, a centerpiece for me. So that's definitely the main thing that I've been focusing on this off season is chest.
Yeah.
Well, shit, let's hit some chest sessions, bro.
Let's do it.
Because chest is probably my greatest point. There was a point in time in my prep where I was only hitting chest once every 2 weeks.
Damn.
Jesus.
just because I needed to bring everything else up, like shoulders, because I didn't want my chest to override the rest of my physique.
Yeah, you do have a good chest. It's just my thickness in my upper chest is just lacking. I feel like.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you got good shoulders and good arms, so I think it
takes
also,
away from.
Yeah, I think it creates that illusion of, your chest.
It's a good pose for you. You got a good vacuum.
Yeah. So.
Thanks, bro. For me right now, I'm trying to get back with, like, I want my back to taper more. Yeah. And probably just gain like an extra 5 pounds of stage weight.
How much were you at Daytona?
What'd you weigh? I heard from multiple people that scale was off.
I'm not going by that scale. That scale was fucking terrible. It said
So
like 176.
I'm not sure, but I want to say like 168, 170. But my check-in weight was 162 at Daytona at the check-ins.
They said I was 175 at the check-ins. That's bullshit. I wasn't. I weighed myself before I left.
I really don't know what I weighed at Daytona, but I would say give or take 168, 170.
And you're in Class B, dude. You got a lot of weight you can put on, and this looks good.
I'm in Class A, bro.
Oh, you're in Class A. I thought you were in Class B. So what's your weight cap?
175.
175. You still got about 6-7 pounds. I mean, your hamstrings are shredded right there. I mean, you can see the cords, which is awesome. This was your first show, right?
Yeah.
You don't get this in your hamstrings your first show. So this was impressive.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I didn't have shredded hamstrings or anything like that my first show.
And I didn't. My coach and I didn't know that my back was going to be.
Your back is fucking detailed as shit.
Yeah. So if I can, I've been murdering my back 2 times a week now. A heavy row day, and then a heavy width day.
That's so exactly what I want.
I want to get on stage next year and just have the best back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I went from having 1 back day for my first show to doing 2, and I have a heavy row day.
It's so complex. It's so complex of an area. It's like, how can you really master efficiently the whole entire thing in one session? Like,
you need a day for your lats and you need a day for density.
Yeah.
And I started adding in stop rows. So like you basically, the bars on the ground, you row it and you put it back on the ground. I don't remember what those are called.
Like a pause set.
A pause rows, pretty much.
Yeah.
And dude, shit, I did that yesterday.
Yeah.
And that hit the middle part of my back better than almost anything I've ever done.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I like T-bar. I think T-bar really smashed.
I like T-bar row too.
Yeah.
So you feel like your back grows more when it's like directly against gravity, like bent over 90 degrees. And
yes.
The weight is like straight
now that I did that and feel how sore my back is today compared to what it has been with other things, yes.
Yeah. Did you lift already today? Did you lift already today or yesterday?
No, that was yesterday. Today I'm doing hamstrings. I was supposed to do hamstrings on Friday. I worked a double on Friday, so I'm doing hamstrings today. Yeah, I'm only able to work out 4 days this week. So I did a 2.5 hour session of back yesterday. Because I had to get lats and I had to get density. So basically I picked some of my favorites and I just fucking went ham on it.
Yeah.
I did a warm-up set and
how you feeling today?
I'm sore. Like I feel it. Like so but I got to do what I got to do. Working doubles, I work from 11:30 to almost 10, sometimes 9:30. So it's like, I'm not going to go work out after that. I should go before, but depends on if I've been working 3 doubles this week. So it was like I was just
Yeah.
exhausted.
Are you doing? You're probably not doing a lot of cardio anymore, are you?
Oh no, I'm walking around the restaurant. I'm getting like I'm burning like 930 calories. I'm wearing my Apple Watch when I do my doubles. I burn like 930 calories.
Holy shit, man!
So that's when the 6 meals and seventh meal comes into play. Like I need to eat those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause when you're working that hard.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why I haven't seen much of a weight gain since I started working either, because I'm walking so damn much. It's like, it's not like heavy cardio, you know, like, but dude, I'm walking like 20,000 steps.
It adds up. Yeah. No, I feel like
It does add up.
walking around camp. I'm the same way. I don't even do traditional cardio like in the gym. I just walk around campus, like going to class or whatever.
I'm like, if I'm still doing this, you know, I'm still serving when I'm doing prep. I'm like, I won't need to do cardio at all.
I've heard serving during prep is the hardest.
It's going to be extremely difficult. Good thing
I thought what I was doing in prep was hard because I was doing construction. So I was just sweating dick.
Oh yeah, that's hard
every day, like dripping sweat, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and you would eat your meal and you're just like crying because
like
it's not gonna fill you up, you know? So you have to really like rely on drinking your 2 gallons of water to like keep you sane. But then my coach was telling me he's in the serving industry and he, you know, imagine being 5 days out and you're like serving all of this hot, steamy food to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
I think that would probably be worst.
Yeah, you're seeing all the food.
Is your camera off, Cam?
Yeah.
Where are you serving at, bro?
Stonewood. Right here in off of LPGA.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to come in.
Yeah,
when I'm working. I'll hook y'all up.
There you go. Yeah.
Dude, they love me there. They love me there. So you have to bring your girlfriend in. Girlfriend or wife?
Yeah, my girlfriend and I were just talking download.
Yeah. You have to come in and stuff like that. Like, it's a really nice restaurant. It's you can get like basic stuff like a burger, and it's actually pretty cheap. It's not like a, you know, we have a little bit, you know, higher price food where you can spend a good bit of money than you have like your normal food that you won't spend like an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
It's like what, a steakhouse or something?
It is. We're known to be a chop house, and we're finally getting back to that. We cut all of our own meats in-house and everything like that. So the steaks are fantastic. We have a prime rib that's really, really good. We actually had a tomahawk steak. I don't think we have it on the menu anymore. We only had 5 of them. Dude, they were charging $80 for a tomahawk steak. But it was enough they said it was enough for 2. I'm like, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all don't have much.
I would go through that thing so quick, man.
Exactly. I was like, y'all don't have bodybuilders coming through here. That's like enough for 1.
Right.
Speaking of protein, if you had one protein you could eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Like not protein powder, just like protein that I could eat.
Like a protein source. So I mean, I guess you could pick whey isolate.
Salmon. Yeah.
Salmon.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna have to go steak.
Yeah, I gotta go steak too.
I love salmon, especially like in prep. Like salmon is my go-to, one of my go-tos. But like, I don't know, I can't ever get rid of steak. I love steak too much.
Like for me, there was a point in time in prep where I was eating 2 steak meals a day for my 4th and 5th meal.
Yep.
And I love steak, but like eating that much steak just fucks me up, dude.
Really?
So yeah, like it just gut wise, like gut health wise, you know.
Do you eat, what kind of steak do you eat?
I mean, it varies, but if I'm eating that much steak, it's just gonna be top sirloin.
Yeah, anything with less fat, that's the best way to go. Because fat, like for me in prep, I can't eat a lot of fat. My fats are actually pretty low when it comes to prep, but I up my carbs a little bit more. Off season, I eat a decent amount of fats between peanut butter and my eggs, and I'll put a little bit of olive oil and stuff like that sometimes on my chicken meals and stuff. But in prep, I don't hardly eat any kind of fats besides eggs. Eggs are my only fat source, and I only eat 3 of those a day. Yeah. That's my only fat source that I have.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't. Fats mess up my stomach at prep. A lot of things. I got to be very careful
Yeah.
what I do in prep because I can get very irritated very quickly,
Right.
and so that's one of the things. Like I have to be like I will eat the same thing every single day, which a lot of people do in this in prep, but some people change up like their protein source. I eat the same thing for 18 weeks.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
only way I can do it.
I mean, that's really the best way to do it too.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people will change up like their protein from like they'll go from steak and they'll go back to chicken. For me, I stick to the same protein source. So I'll choose like this past year, I chose salmon over steak, and I had salmon my whole entire prep instead of steak.
Yeah.
So
I can't eat fish that much, man.
I just think for like digestive and in keeping your core nice and tight, I think fish is the best way to go.
fish is the best way to go. I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. And that's one of the things that you'll notice, you know, Josh,
Which I
when
didn't
you do
do.
prep.
Yeah. I haven't even gone through a
I
prep.
didn't do it, but like I stuck with just ground turkey and tenderloins, chicken tenderloin, because the chicken tenderloin is like fucking almost no fat.
Yeah.
You know.
I just do chicken breast. I have a Ninja and I just do chicken breast.
Oh,
I'll cook it in there and I'll chop it up and make my meals.
Yeah.
So, dude, I tell you what, I'm getting tired of fucking oatmeal though. And prep.
Man.
So I made the I don't know if y'all know what the Broku loaf is. I made that my whole entire prep because I cannot stand oatmeal.
Really?
Yeah, I can't eat oatmeal regular anymore. I can't
The
stand it.
same way you are with protein is how I am with carbs. I'll stick with just rice for every single meal. I won't change.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Besides, I do hot cereal from the Bowl of Gains. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Ross's company.
Okay.
If you look up Bowl of Gains here, see if y'all can see this and bring it up on Instagram. Can't remember the name of his damn company.
So both of y'all's coaches, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flavor Gang. That's what they're called.
Flavor Gang?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Flavor Gang. Yeah, I love their hot cereal. It's fantastic.
Okay.
And I'll use that instead of rice sometimes, like for one of my meals. Like one of my meals, this prep was 2 servings of cream of rice and a protein shake. I do like to add that protein shake in because it gives me a break from chewing my food.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you what, the chewing gets annoying in prep.
Yeah.
But I've basically been doing what you've been doing, Anthony. I have my meal plan and I kind of just been going here and there with it and trying to change things out and stuff like that. Kind of give my body a break from like an actual like meal plan. Because I know I had a 15-month off season almost from my last show because I'm not doing a show until like November, December. So I'm like, I took a good during Christmas. I took a good 4 or 5 week like just like health phase, and I kind of just ate what I wanted to eat and stuff like that, and it was nice. I'm not gonna lie, like being a normal human being was nice for a little bit. Which some people are like, oh, you know, you messed up your gains. I'm like, dude, if you go look at my pictures from before Christmas until now, I look better now than I did back then, which is nuts. Yeah. I'm like, and I was only eating, my weight's down 5 pounds, but I look better in my opinion. Like I look thicker. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know, maybe I missed out like on a pound here, but I'm like, I have a long off season and I'm about to start another bulking phase. So I was like, I'll put on that weight. Don't worry. Like it's coming.
Well, I think it's good too, to like, you know, I see people in the gym, like that Monday after their show. And I'm just like, they're going to get so burnt, dude.
Mm-hmm. I did that after my first show. I was back in the gym 3 days later, fucking just going hard as possible.
Yeah.
And it's good to, because during that time after your show, you're in a very hyperbolic state. And
Yeah.
it's good to, eat and get back in the gym, but don't start going like you think you can push the same weight because you're not going to be able to.
Right.
Trust me.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell everybody, like, give your body a few days, like enjoy being a normal human being for a couple of days and then get back into it. But don't try to go back and be like, oh man, I'm going to lift, I was doing hack squat. I was doing 7 plates, you ain't going to get back to that at first.
Right.
Trust me.
Yeah. It's been hard for me because like I'm a heavy lifter, and it's been hard for me to like put my ego aside and be like, listen, we're not gonna be able to push this weight, bro. And then and then I fall short of what I used to be able to lift, and it's just like ego crushing. But we're slowly getting there, and that's why I feel like I'm ready now, because I've been putting up some good numbers. So
that's good. Yeah, it takes time, and you got to really listen to your body when it comes to this. Like when you're doing prep, you're beating the shit out of yourself for 16 weeks minimum.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things, like your body really takes a beating, and you got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And when you come back, like take as much time as you need, especially if you have a long off season, even if you have to take a year off and not compete because you're so dead and like you can't get back to it. It depends on how long it takes you. It took me 7 weeks to get back to lifting what I was towards, the middle part, beginning of my prep. It took me about 7-8 weeks. And that's 2 months.
Yeah.
And the first 6 weeks of that, like I wasn't on anything. I'm not taking anything. Because, coming out of a show, the only thing I'll come off everything. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that or not.
No, I'll give a shit.
Cool.
I think it's full range, bro.
It's full range. All right. I mean, I like to talk about things like that because I see a lot of young lifters, and I have had a lot of people come up to me and talk to me about, hey, the other side of bodybuilding, the drugs part of the side. Like, I want to get into this. And Josh even come up to me a couple of times and asked me, like, hey, is like, should I do this? Should I do this? I'm like, look, depends on how old you are and stuff like that. I will never tell anybody, hey, you need to take this. You need to start this if you want to be good at bodybuilding. And I didn't start.
Right.
It's a personal decision. I will never tell anybody to do it. And I always tell everybody, I was like, it's a big decision, and you need to go over, you need to get your blood work done. You need to have a doctor that you go and talk to before you start anything. So I went through a health phase, basically for 6-7 weeks. And I did my blood work 4 weeks after my show. And then again, 8 weeks after my show, just to make sure my numbers are right, make sure everything was, going right. And I basically just run TRT, which is 200 a week after my show, just to make sure my cholesterol doesn't go through the roof. Because if you come off completely, even if you're taking, an after cycle or post cycle therapy, my cholesterol will jump through the fucking roof if I don't take tests. But I do have naturally low tests. That's why originally I got on testosterone, because I have naturally low tests. So that was the reason why I started taking stuff, because I went to the doctor. I was like, hey, I'm fucked up. I feel weird. And got it tested, and I was in the 200s.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I was low. I was stupid low.
Yeah.
So that was the original reason why I actually got on stuff. And then I started, learning about other things and got into bodybuilding. And I was like, all right, let's see what all this other stuff can do.
I think TRT is definitely something like that's going to be like modern medicine.
It is. And I tell everybody, that's where you need to start. Don't start with DECA. Don't start with Tread. Don't start with all this other shit that you could possibly start with. Start with test and see where you go from there. Bodybuilding is for the long haul. This is not something you're going to get in 2 years. Like, it's not.
Or you can do what I did and not hop on tests and just take Anavar.
Or do that. I know a lot of people that have either done Anavar or just D-ball.
Yeah.
So
like I didn't take anything until 8 weeks out, and I hopped on 50 milligram Anavar for 8 weeks.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's good.
Great.
And you looked good.
Thanks, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people that don't need to take that much stuff. People get into like this thing of, oh, they see pro bodybuilders like I've got to take like 750 milligrams a gram of test, and I've got to take 500 milligrams of tren. Dude, no, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You gotta kind of think about it like this. It's like once you hop on something, your body's gonna then become natty again. You know what I mean? So you're gonna take whatever you take, that's what you're taking, and that's what you're gonna need to sustain.
Yeah,
you
find
so
that baseline.
Yeah, so you're only really gonna be able to like grow and consistently like make these jumps just based off of your dosage. And if you just hop on a dose, stay at that dose, you're kind of just cruising.
You are. And that's the thing, like you need to, and this all comes in time. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I've been on stuff for 4 years. I've taken a good bit of stuff, but like when I first started, and I was with my old coach, man, I was taking some stupid amounts of shit. And
who's your old coach?
My old coach lives in Woodstock.
Oh, okay.
Great guy, fantastic guy. Have absolutely nothing against him, but he was definitely a little bit more
wrong mindset, wrong method of
old school.
Yeah.
A little bit too much, and it was my first time ever taking stuff, so I was like, fuck it, whatever, I'll do it. And it was too much. It was, and I did not see the progress that I saw whenever I got with Jason. He goes, all right, we're going to cut everything in half and take out this. Right. And dude, started making bounds and leaps past what I was doing.
Were you eating enough nutrition as well?
Oh yeah. My nutrition was perfect with my old coach. Like I was eating 5 meals a day and I was eating enough. Yeah. Like it was just the gear, and it was just not what I needed. It was too much. Right. Yeah. And once I brought everything, like I cut most of my shit in half and took out like 3 things, and it started growing like crazy. Yeah. Like if you've seen the results from my first show to my second show, like it was exponentially like 10 times. Right. So, and that was a big change of cutting everything in half. And I was like, man, I need to take more. And Jason's like, no, take less. I'm like, and then I did it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That even applies into the gym too. Like
it does.
You see a lot of people like going to failure every single fucking set, trying to load up the bar every single fucking set. It's like there's been times where I've deloaded and I've gotten better. Your
body needs a break from everything.
Your body does need a break. And that's the big thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like I've actually been doing more volume than I have any like heavy weight recently. Like my last leg day, I did basically 12 to 15 reps. I did 4 sets of everything. Like it was still to almost failure basically on my top set, just with a little bit less weight so I could get 15 reps instead of 12 reps. Right. And one thing I'm noticing is I'm still sore, but I feel like I'm growing off of that a little bit better than what I was. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes your body needs a break from going to death every single time you step into the gym.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that me and Jason have started doing too. I'm not able to work out with him as much as I was, but we started doing literally one top set. Like let's say for chest, we'll do one top set on dumbbell bench. We'll warm up and do one top heavy set and then a back off set. Yeah. And then the rest of it is like pump. It's like we'll do supersets for the rest of our exercises.
Yeah. One set to failure, and then the rest you keep in reserve.
Right. Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah. And that's the thing like that I've noticed is like that's actually helping me in my chest, like is doing more of a pump. I don't want us to call it a pump workout because I'm not going lighter. I mean, I'm going a little bit lighter, but it's still like I'm still pushing heavy weight. It's not like people get into this mindset of like, oh, you're doing 12 to 15, so you're going light. Not necessarily.
People
light relatively.
Yeah. People ask all the time, should I do heavyweight or volume? I'm like, both. Load that motherfucker up and go into the deep waters, bro. Like
like there's definitely a fine line between going lighter and doing 15 reps where it's still easy. You could do like 25. I'm
Right.
doing 15 reps or 12 reps, and it's still like
So heavy.
I'm almost a failure when I'm
Yeah.
doing those. Like
Yeah.
that's the difference. It's not like I'm doing 15 reps. Oh yeah, I could have done 25. No, I'm
Yeah.
doing 15 reps, and that's like almost like
Yeah.
it's not like pushing like 8 reps to failure or 6 reps to failure. I'm pushing a little bit more volume into that.
Yeah. So you
But
could
it's
say it's
still-
almost like intensity.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I used to work out at this strength gym over in Clearwater, and they're doing squat, bench, deadlift, and I was essentially the only bodybuilder in there. And I would rack up the squat rack, and I would be taking heavy squats for 12, 15, 20 reps. And
Yeah.
I'd be on the floor like hurting because I'm
Dying.
Yeah.
I'm squatting 300 plus, for 12, 15 reps,
Right.
and they're like trying to tell me that it was my diet, the reason why I felt like shit. I'm like, I felt like shit because I just did 365 for 12, bro.
Not once. Not one time.
Yeah, not one rep, not 3 reps,
I
15
did
reps.
15 reps. Big difference between what y'all do. Yeah, dude. There's
but
like
it's
one or two bodybuilders,
but-
and
But I think that's what your point is. It's like you still have heavy load, and you take it further.
yeah, you just got to take it to the point of where it hurts,
Like get
and
out.
then get out of your comfort zone, man. Like, if
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, oh, how are you progressing so much? Put the fucking weight on there and see how many times you can do it for.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If you fail at 4, you can't go to that point.
Yeah.
Like, who cares if you
Yeah.
fail? The gyms that you're gonna fail in the gym. Don't be afraid. Nobody's fucking paying attention to you. And that's the one thing I solely express to the younger people. Nobody gives a fuck how much you're lifting. Nobody's as much as you think people are paying attention to you, they're not. Nobody give a fuck.
Right.
You think people are paying attention to you, nobody cares.
No. That's
And
fact.
yeah, and that's the one thing that I didn't learn until a little bit later. Like, I was ego lifting for the first year when I was lifting, but everybody does. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, people are paying attention to me. I'm like, and then I was like, I don't give a fuck what they think either.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, as long as I'm growing and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time I was like peak off season and just yoked, and I'm at LA Fitness in Clearwater, and I'm doing incline dumbbell flies with like 25s, and there's like this guy coming up to me, he's like, what the hell, this dude's yoked doing dumbbell flies with 25s. But it's like
You'll
you
have
kind
those
of have
guys.
you kind of have to put your ego aside and like
Yeah.
do what you feel like is right, with like
Yeah.
you in chess right now. I think it's not the fact that you need to go like
I
lighter.
need to go lighter. I do. And that's the thing. Like, I've been going.
It's just, well, I don't think it's more so going lighter. I think it's just giving yourself opportunity to connect with your
Yeah.
chest.
And that's-
I think everybody who has lagging parts, it's only because of like being able to connect.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
I definitely
if you
get that.
could connect more with your chest, I feel like they would respond more. Times, reason why people who don't have good backs is because they're rowing with their arms. They're not rowing. with their back.
100%. And that's the one
know what I
thing
mean?
after my first show, that is the one body part that I really started connecting with the most. And that's one thing I tell people, like how do you connect with your muscles so well? Well, I got to a point to where I was so lean, like I ate a little bit of food and like I could feel every muscle when I was posing. And that's what helped me a lot, in my opinion, to connect with most of my muscle groups, was doing a show. And I started to feel like when I was doing posing, I was like, I was hitting a back double and I'm like, oh my God, I feel everything. Like I can feel my lats, I can feel everything. And I'm like, okay, I need to be able to feel that when I'm doing a row. I need to be able to feel that when I'm doing, a pull down. Like, this is what I need to be feeling in this area. And I started feeling that more. And so that's why my back really took off from my first show to my second show and really started growing, was because of that connection. And talking about going lighter, I have taken down the weight in most of my, like I've gone up on dumbbell, like I've hit the 160s on dumbbell and I'm doing it for 7 now. But my back off set, I back off to the even to the 140s, but I'm doing that for 12 to 13 reps and I'm going slow, really trying to connect with the chest. And then the rest of my lifts are an incline press. And I really try to take those a little bit lighter. Like I'll do 2 plates, maybe 3 plates on those and really just try to connect with my chest. And I've finally gotten, after 4 years almost of lifting it for bodybuilding, I finally feel a connection in my chest. It's taken that long for me to actually feel a connection. And my chest, I feel like, is finally growing more than what it has in the past. Because in the past, I was just, I was just lifting like a lot of people do. And I was like, oh, my chest is going to grow. I'm going up in weight. That doesn't necessarily mean your chest is growing because you're lifting more weight. You're just getting stronger.
Yeah. You ever lift with somebody who's kind of like newer to the gym and you train with them and like the next day or two you hit them up and you're like, damn, I'm sore. And they're like, I feel fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? And I think that's just because like, it's not because they didn't work hard. I just feel like people who are also newer aren't as connected.
They are. And it's
like,
hard to be connected.
I'm sitting here and I'm supposed to be, more advanced and more conditioned than the newer guy, but I'm more sore. And, I just think it's just because like us as bodybuilders, we are more connective.
Yeah. So you're putting
body parts,
Yeah. And so you're able to work it out a little bit harder than what they are. They're probably using other muscle groups as you're just using one. They're using 3, and that's why they're not as sore as we are. Because you'd be like, you do 4 exercises in chest and you can be sore shit the next day. And they do 12 and they're like, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
It's definitely interesting to like see because I've been working out with my buddy and there's times where he's just like not sore. And I'm like, obviously, more conditioned than he is, in the gym. But I just think, I tell him every time it's going to take years really for you to get connected. I mean, like you said, it's been taking you how long?
It's 4 years.
Just to get connected with your chest. And like, that's wild, and that's not like an issue. It's just, that's what it takes.
That's what it takes. And one thing I can say about Josh is, dude, this kid, 19 still, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, about to be 20 soon. I'm like, dude, this man is gonna have a crazy physique when he gets a little bit older. He already has a crazy physique. Like, I am really excited to see how far you take this.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I definitely have a lot of motivation, so I just got to put that into discipline and see where that takes me.
You're light years ahead of where I was at 19. I can tell you that.
Me and Jason were just having the same conversation 2 days ago about the where he was at when he was 19.
Light years ahead.
It's funny.
Yeah, I think Tom Potts said this. I can't remember where the reference was, but a great bodybuilder is ethic, genetics, knowledge, and then drugs.
So fucking true. True.
And one thing that I've noticed from Josh, ethic for sure. For being 19, I've seen you do a couple of training sessions. Shit's up there.
Yeah, dude. I was working out with me and Jason were waiting. Me and Jason and Jordan were waiting for the hack squat the other day. Some dude was on it, but we were kind of just both waiting for it at the same time, so we linked up. And I guess it was just like unplanned, but we got a workout in. And dude, my nose, I don't know if I don't think I posted on my story or anything, but my nose was blood. I was like hack squatting to my nose, but it was crazy.
You have nosebleeds all the time in the gym, I feel like now.
It's crazy, man. I was like doing T-bar rows like a month ago, and it's just,
this man will have nosebleeds in the middle, like he's going like death cells. Like he just fucking just starts bleeding. I'm like, crazy, oh my God.
And it doesn't stop. I think what it has to do with,
I think you blew a blood vessel in your
probably
nasal cavity.
I think it's the atmosphere too. It's so humid in there.
I think you might strain too. Like,
yeah,
I think like too much pressure is straining.
Yeah.
Because that's what really causes dizziness too. Like when you get off a hack squat or a barbell squat. Or
that's the thing. I don't feel dizzy though.
Really?
I feel completely normal.
Yeah, you don't feel dizzy because your nose is fucking
Just gushing blood, just hemorrhaging blood out.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where you go.
Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate that.
So
Yeah, I tried convincing him to do Daytona, just to get his feet wet.
And
I
yeah,
think you should.
you did convince me. I am doing Daytona.
You are doing Daytona. Nice.
I think no matter what, because like sometimes a lot of people will try to wait until they're quote unquote ready, but I think
exactly.
I think you just need to boom do it.
I think for your first show, unless you are, which you have really good genetics, but unless you're elite genetic freak and you can get to the point of like Hunter Labrada status where you win every show and you have 3 shows and you turn pro. I think getting your feet wet for the first show is good because you really get to find out if you love the sport or not. And it will take 1 show. That's it. You will walk out on that stage and go through prep and walk out on the stage and be like, I love this or I hate this shit. There's no in between. No in between.
Also too, you like then can like find out what you need to do next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it'll take you like 6 weeks to prep, so it really won't be that bad for you.
6 weeks of like no cardio.
Yeah.
Like for me and my coach didn't know how good. We didn't even like realize my back the whole entire off season. We didn't realize my back until probably like 6 weeks out. And that was good to know that like
it is good to know
that my back under the fat was that detailed.
Your back gets detailed. It's nice.
So like now, like that's going to be like my main thing going into this next show is like, I really want to show off. Like, I think all my side shots and back shots are my strength.
You have good side shots because you have a good chest and you have a good hamstring too. So,
and arms.
Which is
good arms.
Yeah. And you came in shredded. Not many people can do that for their first show.
Hell yeah. That shit
I didn't. If you go back and look at pictures from my first show, I was shredded in the hotel room the morning before. And dude, I stepped out on stage and I missed my peak hard. I was flat as fuck.
Really?
It was bad. I looked watery on stage. It was so bad.
You know what I'm going to take out of my next prep is peanut butter.
Yeah. I didn't have any peanut butter.
I think peanut butter sticks too much.
It definitely does. Yeah, peanut butter is one of those things where like it will definitely stick, and it's filling.
What I did for Clash is I got the PB2, like the peanut butter, the powder, and then I just dumped it into a bowl and mixed the whole thing and put it in a container.
Interesting.
And used that as my like peanut butter paste.
You have to scroll down a good bit.
When was your first? When was your first show?
I have. There's one of the pictures from my first show. I have. So if you go up.
Oh, here.
So yeah, this was Transformation. So this was. I'd have to read the caption. 3 weeks out from my first show. 3 weeks out from. This was the Ultimate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where was the Ultimate?
The Ultimate was in Lakeland.
Okay.
So that's that. I have pictures of the stage too.
When was it?
That was a week before Daytona.
Oh shit! So you did a week apart.
Yeah, I did back-to-back shows.
Damn.
Yeah, there's that one, and then I have actual pictures on stage. I think if you scroll up, they're gonna be
up or down.
Yeah, up.
What was your point to? What was your goal to doing the back-to-back?
So basically, I was ready, and I wanted to jump into the Ultimate to have a. So this is the guy who won the overall.
Wow,
the guy,
that guy?
Yep, yeah, that guy won the overall.
That's great.
Yeah, that's my best shot.
That's crazy. Yeah, you definitely won that one.
Yeah. So this was me winning my class. This was everybody in my class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy to my right actually was
your
really,
side
really
try.
good.
Your side try Ultimate was good.
I don't think I ever took. Oh, okay, so right here on the left is the difference
Not
between my
side
first show.
chest.
Yeah, I was full as a fucking house. Yeah, so this was my first show on the left, and then the ultimate's on the right.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's just overall everything's bigger.
Yeah, and if you keep on scrolling over, it'll show the rest of the.
Bro, you need to hit a fucking vacuum on that front lat spread, bro.
I thought about hitting a vacuum on that front lat spread.
Just because your abs don't really pop.
Yeah,
They don't. I need to do more abs.
So,
I need my abs to pop.
Well, either that or just hit the fucking vacuum.
Yeah.
You know.
If you look, I'm actually working. I can still hit a vacuum in the off season, which is nice. I'm actually working on hitting that vacuum in my front double. I mean, not front double, front lat spread.
Front lat, yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on pulling a vacuum for that.
That's like Chris's first pose that he hits when he comes off the stage. It's the front lat spread with the vacuum.
That's my first pose that I hit when I go into my routine.
Yeah.
That was the pose that I hit at Clash when we got our rewards.
Yeah, I think I don't remember. I think I hit that one for my rewards. Or I either hit that one or I hit this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do both. So when they call for a favorite classic, I'll do the hand on the hip and then this one. And then I'll go down and go into the front lat spread. I do both when they call that.
I really like the Sergio Oliva pose.
Oh, the victory?
Like a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. I hit that one. That one's on my Instagram too. I hit that one to finish off my routine. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Another Chris Bumstead pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's a Chris Bumstead pose.
Yeah, I can't do the Sergio because he's full on just this way with his legs straight on. Like, yeah, that shows all your weaknesses, and I got way too many for that pose.
Yeah.
So I turn to the side, pull a vacuum, and go more like this way.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I was like, I can't stand straight on. My legs are not big enough for that shit.
Oh, yeah.
When do you start your off season? Like true off season?
Me?
Yeah.
Technically now. No. I'm training every day. I think I'm hitting a couple meals during the day. That's kind of like on schedule, but it's like 3 good meals, 3 bad meals.
Nothing wrong with that. I always tell people, like, it's what you're feeling. You got to go based off your body. It's not like everybody's got to be a cookie cutter where they've got to eat 5 to 6 meals and it's got to be chicken and rice every fucking meal. Right. Everybody's different, man. Like, and that's the one thing that I feel like a lot of people don't explain when it comes to this sport. Mm-hmm. People that are getting into it, like, oh, I've got to eat this. This is the only thing I can eat. No.
Yeah.
Well, I told myself post show that I'm going to take a break as long as my body tells me to. And I've gotten to a point where my mind's like, okay, we need to start.
We need to start lifting. Yeah.
Yeah. We need to start tightening things up and dialing it in. So it's not like a on and off switch where you go from post show to off season. It's just kind of like,
it's a gradual thing.
Yeah. It's just a day by day, gradually just climbing the mountain.
Yeah. I started my off season 8 weeks after my show and went full blown. I started on the gear and stuff like that. And I did 6 weeks and then I took 6-7 weeks off now, with only taking TRT. And now I'm about to jump into another blast, as you would call it. So that's kind of how I'm doing this long off season. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of how I do this long off season, where it is at the beginning, I'll push pretty hard. Once my body feels like I'm ready, I'll push hard, and then I'll take some time off. I'll still lift and everything, do everything the same and stuff like that. I'll still lift heavy, still try to push the weight and stuff like that. But like, food wise, I might back off a little bit. I might keep it the same. Just depends on how my body feels. And during that 6-7 week period, like, I'll just kind of like listen to my body. I'll still lift as much as I possibly can, still try to progress with lifting. But when it comes to the food part, like with having a long off season, I can't sit there and eat 4,500 calories every single day. My body, that's not me. I can't continuously eat food like that. And this will be the longest off season that I've had since I first started. I did a year and a half when I first started. And so this will be the longest that I've ever had. My last off season from my first show to my second show is like 6 months.
Yeah. Well,
So
what's your goal? Are you trying to go like full bear mode, or are you trying to stay relatively lean?
I'm trying to get huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what my body likes that too. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like if I wasn't bodybuilding, I would probably stay kind of not like fluffy or fat or nothing, but like definitely bear mode.
Yeah. I don't have abs right now. I mean, I do when I crunch hard, but other than that, no. I mean, I still have a little bit of lines in my legs, like I've kept that, but yeah, I'm trying to push now because I know I have a long off season. I'm trying to push to like 215, 220 because I was still, my weight cap is 197. I was 179, 180 on stage. I still have 17 pounds of muscle I can put on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy
good.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to be closer to that weight cap when I do nationals. So I'd love to put on 7 pounds, 7, 8 pounds of muscle this off season. So that was my whole goal. Which is funny. My first show, I was 180. My second show and my third show, I was 180, 182.
Yeah.
I only gained 2 pounds and it was massive fucking difference between the two.
Crazy.
So that's what I'm like, okay, I don't have to put on a shit ton of muscle for it to look different. I've just got to, do things different and prep. But I do want to put on that 8 pounds. I do want to be closer to that weight cap. I do want to put on some size because I feel like I need that stepping on a national stage, especially with seeing people who won nationals. The guy who won nationals, he's fucking thick as a fucking house.
Yeah.
Like he's nuts thick. So I'm like, all right, I need to put on some weight. Like, it's a necessity at this point if I'm going to do nationals and actually compete at nationals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my goal this year was with this long off season to be able to put on a good 5 to 8 pounds.
Yeah. You excited about Daytona, Josh?
Yeah, man. I've never gone through anything before. I've never done prep or like a traditional.
I'm excited to see you go through prep.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it.
Yeah. I would like to see you get peak off season because right now
he's still shredded. It's not there.
Yeah. I'd like to see how you look and perform in peak off season.
Yeah. No, I want to get up to like
that's
200.
like that's the fun part.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, right, yeah. Then you're pushing all the weight and stuff. I started I think I'm like 3 weeks into off season right now. My first 2 weeks I gained 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks. Now I'm kind of
nutty, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of backing off a little bit because I don't want to gain the weight too fast or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just taking it slow, doing almost like what you're doing, Cam, like going for it, backing off a little bit, and then stepping up to the next level.
Well, that type of cycling keeps you relatively lean.
Yeah,
it does. Definitely. It does keep you relatively lean. For you, it keeps you really lean. For me, relatively.
For Josh, he's 8 weeks out.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Like when he does Daytona, I'm like, dude, depends on how long, like, and how fluffy you get this offseason. Like, you can do like a 6 week prep and you'll be ready. Shit.
Yeah, seriously, man.
What's cool about Josh is that him and I are in the same class.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and I'm the one that convinced him to do it. So it's like,
don't let him beat you.
So it's gonna be fun.
If I don't compete at Daytona, I'm gonna come to Daytona. I gotta watch.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
It'll be a good time. You got the muscle maturity on me.
Yeah,
that's a big deal too.
I do have age on you, but I mean, don't let that stop you, bro. You still got potential to, dude. You think about it. It's what, January? It's not until October. You got a long ways to go to really transform your body.
Right. Yeah.
And you can in that amount of time.
Yeah. No, I'm hyped for it.
And you're the type you will grow in prep. With as much as you're probably going to be able to eat in prep, you will grow in prep.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, the first 6 weeks of prep, I got stronger.
Really?
Yep.
I lost 10 to 15 pounds, but
You're getting stronger.
But my performance went through the fucking roof.
And it will. That's the thing about once you start honing in your diet and eating the same thing, your body gets into like this, like, wow, this is great. Like those first 6 weeks of prep are like your body feels the best it's ever felt, and it feels amazing. And then you hit about you're about 6 weeks out, 7 weeks out, and you're like, oh, fuck my life. This shit sucks. And then you hit about 4 weeks and then you're like, I see what they're saying. This is I feel like shit. And then you're about 2 weeks out and you're like, I'm ready, but you still got 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
One tip that I gave myself that maybe Josh, you could take this in for you, is like, when you start feeling that strength like coming down, do what you can to not let it.
Yeah, don't let it come down.
I feel like I did this for like a little while during my sessions, and like I would pull off the load a little too much. Yeah. And I felt like I could have kept on more size than, so it's
what do you talk, like density? Like you could have been
like weight wise, like like lifting wise.
Yeah. So in the gym, you're thinking, just don't allow it to come down. Try to stay as intense as you can without hurting yourself.
Yeah, I always say have a lifting partner, especially the last 6 weeks. Make sure you have a training partner.
Okay.
And whatever you were lifting at 16 weeks out, try your fucking best to be lifting that at 6 weeks out.
Yeah. It's inevitable that it's going to go down.
It will eventually.
But let the inevitability go down. Don't allow yourself to be like, okay, I'm going to start dropping the weight. Because your body's just going to adapt to that. And so then if you try to go back up again, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that load is what's keeping you that so dense. So if you start letting it go down, it's not going to be good.
The thing I ask people, what put on the muscle? Lifting heavy. Right. So what's going to keep the muscle on? Lifting heavy.
It just depends on your body too. Is like I know that heavy weight in me responds best. I'm not going into the gym and doing lightweight with a shitload of volume with a shitload of sets. Like I don't do more than 12 sets a session.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No, like I do 20 sets or so, but it's all in preparation. So like feeder sets, warm up sets. Every single time I train, I do like 6 or 7, 8 sets before I even do my first working set.
Yeah, right.
So just 12 intense heavy load sets, and that I know responds for me. But I know other guys who do 20 working sets, but it's just strictly volume. Right, but that's just because they know that their body responds to that better.
Yeah. Shit, I even do less working sets than you.
Really?
I do maybe 10.
10,
if that.
Dude,
like my working sets, I work up to that top set, and that's it.
Yeah. Nick Walker does like 8 sets on like major like body parts. Mm-hmm. Like legs, he'll do 8 sets. And look at him.
That's insane, man.
Everybody is different.
But it's weird too. He doesn't need to eat as much to grow either.
No, he is definitely one of those that like he can eat a little bit and he fucking grows so damn much. Right. And then you have us on the other hand, to where we're eating a shit ton and we can barely gain a pound.
Yeah, it's a struggle, man. It's a curse.
It's a curse, but prep is a lot easier for us than it is for other people. That's true. Yeah. Well, I can get lean pretty easy. I can get lean pretty easily. It does not take much. I did no more than 30 minutes of cardio. All prep. That's
really
it. All prep. I never went over 30 minutes cardio.
Yeah. I didn't even think I'll hit that.
For like 4 or 5 weeks, I was doing 2 hours a day.
I did that my first show. But my second show, 30 minutes every single morning. Fasted. That's it.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
definitely don't want to do 2 hours again.
Nope, you won't have to. And that's the thing for the first show, you kind of have to get that response. But like now that you've been through your first show and you're not gonna get too hefty in the off season to
Right.
where you have to do 2 hours again, in my opinion. Which you might have to, but I mean, after my first show, I was like, damn, I can't do an hour and a half worth of cardio, man. I can't do it. And I was like, I never went over 30 minutes.
Yeah. Bro, there was times where I would wake up a little too late to do my hour in the morning. So then I would go to work construction, get off of work and do an hour of cardio, go home, eat, train, and then do an hour of cardio.
Damn, you having to do 2 hours even working in construction?
Yeah.
Ew.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
How?
I was lifeless, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I felt like I was consciously aware that I was a living being, but then again, not in control of my own fucking life.
Welcome to fucking prep. That's prep. That literally explains everything. You shit dust. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You probably put your shirt inside out backwards, and you might stare at people way too long.
Anthony, I met you in prep. That's when I met you, when you were in between Daytona and what's that show in Orlando?
Clash.
Oh yeah, Clash.
Yeah, we met out in the Publix parking lot. I was going into
dude,
I was going to GNC to find estrogen blockers.
Nice.
He was bent over doing some shit in his car, and I saw his hammies, and I was like, okay, I gotta go say hi to this guy.
This guy's got nice hammies.
Speaking of hammies, dude, that was like one of my weakest points, but then I focused so hard on it. Now I'm hamstring dominant.
Yeah, that's good.
Same.
I have to prime my quads so much to do my quad day, because if not, my hamstrings will just fucking take over.
Yeah, that's why I only do hack squat. My hamstrings don't take over on the hack squat.
Yeah,
I haven't got underneath the barbell to squat in like 2 years.
Yeah,
really?
I'm not a fan.
Nope. I only do hack squats for my quads. That, leg press, and leg extensions. I have not got underneath the bar to squat in 2 years. I did when I was first working out. Like, I always squatted a lot, especially back in high school and college, because I played baseball in college. Like, I was squatting all the time.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, like, my knees started hurting when I was squatting, and I'm guessing it's from baseball. Like, I have pretty bad knees, so I started getting on the hack squat, and that's what really blew up my legs.
Yeah.
So. And it's all person dependent.
The hack is definitely up there for like what works best for hypertrophy bodybuilding for legs.
Yeah.
Some gyms don't even have hack squats, and then people use a hack squat and then they just blow up. Like, I never had a hack squat for my first 2 years of lifting, and then I went to Gold's originally, and they have that hack squat, and that my legs just kind of took off.
The Ormond one or Daytona? Daytona. Dude, Ormond has this hack squat, and I swear to
God. Yes.
It's like this deep, bro.
Really?
I've squatted on that one before. That shit hurts my knees so bad.
Yeah, I only put like a plate or two, maybe.
It's crazy.
That's it.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. What's crazy is because I'm putting the one at Total, I'm putting like 6 plates on, 6 quarter, 7 plates on that, and I'm putting 2 plates on that one. I'm like, huh.
Yeah. Definitely.
I feel like shit now.
I really like the pendulum too.
I want one of those so bad. I really wish they'd put one in Total.
Yeah, dude, that would be crazy.
Get rid of this fucking space leg thing.
Yeah.
Put a pendulum back there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. But we need to squat, bro. You need to get the knees right and start squatting.
I don't know if my knees will be right. I'm an old man.
Yeah.
You use the bands with the hack squat. That takes off a lot of load.
I do use the bands with the hack squat. Right outside my window walking a dog.
What kind of dog?
I have no idea. It's a little dog.
I don't know. It's either a big dog or a little dog.
Not an alpha.
Okay, No, it's a little.
All right, guys. My max on 6%. I'm gonna die any second. So I think we'll call it here, and then next week if you guys are down for
I'm down
Yeah.
for every Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'm cool with that,
let,
man.
let me
Sweet.
just play it by. I'll probably just play it by ear every week and just let you know, Josh,
Okay, cool, man.
just
All right,
based
good
on
stuff.
stuff. But it was
Yeah.
good chatting, man. We need to
It
always
was-
get together
Good stuff talking with you guys.
Yeah, we'll have to get a lift in.
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
I-
we could, dude. All three of us getting a session recorded. That would be sick.
That would
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah,
We should definitely do that. Get in a good chest day, leg day, something like that.
yeah. We'll link up for that.
For sure.
All right.
I am down.
Take care,
All right,
guys.
fella.
Have a good day.
All right, see you boys.
You guys.
But